Oh, darling. Welcome home. I didn't hear you come in. Please, please. Roger. That'd be all for now. I've missed you all day. When I heard that you'd be home late, I was beside myself as to what to do. But thankfully, Roger here kept me company. And he is quite something. We've become fast friends, even. Why, yes. I learned that he's a scholar and a poet, a jester and a weaver of tales. And I had no idea he was so musically talented. I mean, I haven't heard Mozart or Stravinsky's original score since their, live performances. And yet Roger played immaculate and breathtaking renditions. I frankly don't quite understand how he does it from within his cylindrical confines. He's simply incredible. Oh, all this. I, my dear, am cooking. Yes, a fine meal for you and I. I don't know what any of these mechanical who's-a-what's-its are, or how this fire container knob box works. But yes, cooking. Behold. In awe, I see. Well, I can understand that. It is shaping up to be quite the feast, all in all. Perhaps a bit much for just the two of us, but I do so hope you're hungry. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Almost forgot the imported Italian pasta. It is an oddity that you would procure such long pasta when your pots are so small in comparison. Luckily, though, I am resourceful, and with a simple snap, a perfect fit. I honestly have never attempted proper cooking a day in my unlife, but it's actually quite fun. And luckily, it would seem that today's methodologies are quite similar to how they used to be when I first turned. It was a relief, in a way, when I asked Roger for advice. Yes, today's masters are employing the same techniques, albeit with added equipment. I could hardly believe my eyes when Roger activated this magic screen and conjured them forth my own personal learnings. A private culinary tutelage. Exhilarating. Why, of course. Allow me and Roger. Roger, please conjure once more Lady J and her cooking, if you'd be so kind.
Hi, people. And today I'm back in the kitchen, cooking up a lovely dish for you. A spaghetti nest.
Incredible, isn't it? I've no idea what a spaghetti nest is, but it must be a fine delicacy. And so I thought, what better to prepare for your return than several dishes of such high pedigree?
Starting with the onions. I've been told that frozen is just as good, so we'll be using a frozen bag tonight. I'm just going to stir it around with my trusty...
Roger, that'd be all, thank you.
Get back in there, you.
I'm just expressing my gratitude. After all, they say that cooking is a love language, and I have an undying amount. But that's enough about what I was doing all day. I'd much rather hear about yours. Please, regale me as I continue with tonight's preparations. morning and afternoon. Helming negotiations between various parties is always a tad murky, as most diplomatic work is never easy. But if there's anyone that can do it, it's certainly you. I'd say they were quite lucky to have you. Your multilingual background is indispensable, and I can think of hardly anyone else more qualified to handle them. You see, you were certainly the one for the job. Without you, hours could have been days. And while time itself means little to me, any time away from you is a travesty. And I mean that most sincerely. I expected no less. Well done, my dear. I'm immensely proud of you. Oh, my knife work. Yes. Is it that peculiar? Ah. A humorous tale, that? Would you say that you are a student of history? Well, let's just say that I fancied myself a physician to certain nobility at a time. Oh, mind handing me the oofa-doofa? Yes. What better position to be in order to gain access to blood than in that of a royal's cabinet? Leeching and other barbaric methods of medicine afforded many opportunities at light feeding, without anyone else being the wiser. Which one? Would you believe several? The most notable, I suppose that would be Edward V. I spent many a year with a denied heir, and had quite the experience, I must say, in Coleridge. It wasn't as lavish or comfortable a time, but the freedom afforded to me as his physician, and the intrigue of his entire situation all made it worthwhile. We've sidetracked once more. We can always speak on my past another time, darling. Please, how did the rest of your day go, my love? Mundanity in itself can be relaxing, so I'm glad you are afforded a rest. But a raise? Do come close once more if you'd be so kind. You don't appear to have grown any. And by your scent, I highly doubt you were undead before leaving this morning. Are you certain that this boss of yours granted you such a boon? An increase to your monetary rewards for dutiful service. That makes far more sense, yes. Well, let me congratulate you on your raise. It's well deserved, I must say. And apologies for my interruption. I was concerned that you might have been afflicted. Hours of extended drudgery to finish out an otherwise great day. You poor thing. I know. Please, help yourself to some of these bread sticks. Truly unappealing as a name, but I'm sure they're quite the delicacy. Roger highly suggested that I inquire into their acquisition from Olea Patio. Supposedly, they are divine when paired with Italian pasta How is it? Scrumptious? Well, I'm glad. Ah, the feast should be nearing completion, so please, have a seat, my dear. Relax and get comfortable, and allow me to take care of you. A full-bodied Chianti from Tuscany, both elegant and savory, with lasting notes of peppercorn and stone fruit. The initial batch, if I recall, was quite delectable, and given their lasting presence throughout the centuries, I can only hope that they've improved upon it. Ah, perfection. Now you indulge in that glass. Help yourself to the whole bottle if you'd like, and I'll fetch us the mule. Here we are, my dear. A trencher of golden breadsticks and chilled deviled eggs. A bassina of rich onion potage. A platter of spaghetti nests and glazed pork steaks. And to complete our feast, 2 beautifully caramelized sticky toffee puddings. Extra caramel. Come closer. Is there something on my face? How cheeky of you. Perhaps after dessert, just a little bite. But for now, please eat. Roger, some music if you be so kind. You're still interested in hearing about young Edward? Well, I suppose over a meal's the best time for sharing. All right. So, Edward V. Mind the bowl. It's quite hot. He was the next in line following in his father's passing. But the court at the time was filled with ambitious others, the main figure of which being his uncle.